I used these two together to make this new collar. And this is my favorite collar. Shades of blue. This is called Shades of Blue.
Little sister posted a picture. I'll try to hold on 1 second so that you can keep going. We'll get you, Cheryl, 1 minute. I'll pull it up so Beth can try to get halfway done.
Cheryl did a butterfly. Okay.
Oh, I got it, Beth. Go ahead. You keep going.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
keep. Oh, are you? Go ahead. Yeah, I'll pull it
I'm
up.
working. But with this blending, you do it until your eyes are happy. That's when you know you're done.
Something went wrong. What is it?
And they're all they're all going the same direction. The fibers are all going straight.
Ooh, is that watercolor? Look at Cheryl. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second.
Pencils or watercolor? She's been doing watercoloring.
Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. I can't get. There we go.
You love to hear her say it.
Color.
Color. My color. It's color.
Let's see. She says she. There's Jennifer.
I don't know. I'm from West Virginia, so I don't talk right.
Mama.
And I'm very phonic. Yeah, colored. Colored. And it's colored greens and coloring book and and they're all interchangeable. Interchangeable. But anyway, you can do
Bear.
You can do yellow and red together and make orange. And you still see the little striations in there, and I love that. I just love those little striations. That is so beautiful. And I can show you how to make magic. This is how you make magic. So you take some of this yellow right here, and then you take a little bit of this orange right here. Or red. No, I want red. Some of this red. The yellow and the red together. Now, you see how red and yellow it is? Wait. You just wait.
You just wait. She's going to show you magic.
And I'm going to redo my butterfly and do it on a piece of felt the way Rebecca's doing it.
100%? You're going to restart it?
Yes.
Ay. It looks good.
Not tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, I'll keep these, but you can see through them, and they're just, of course, I know butterfly wings are translucent, right?
Yeah, if we want to be technical, I mean, I'm not really like stoked about mine, but
I think I could do better like what you're doing. That's all. No big deal.
You just want to copy me. I know it. I know that's what it is.
So you can see it blending a little bit. You can see a little bit of orange coming through. Look at that. You see the orange?
Look at how amazing that is.
Zing. And this is called finger carding. When you blend your yarn or straighten your yarn out, it's called carding. carding. When you use the brushes to card your wool, and you're lining up the fibers in one direction. Well, this is finger carding because I'm doing it by hand, and it's not hard to do. It just takes a few minutes to do it. And I'm just pulling the ends out of the tuft making a tuft and laying it down on top of it until I'm done when my eyes are happy. But look at that. Look at that orange. Telling you.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Awesome. And if you do birds or anything like the butterflies, I think this is what I'm going to do for my butterfly. I'm going to start doing some of this,
That's a good idea.
and I'll definitely do it with the blue. And I was using a real light green like this for the center. It wasn't exactly this color; it was another color, and I had a tuft of it. Um, but anyway, yeah, it's a hobby. You know,
Hi, handsome.
it's a hobby. And see, I've got some little tiny pieces in here that I'll use. I'll use them in another project like this one. I got this little bit of yellow in here. That'll be perfect for the middle of my wings again when I start over. And I can add this white in it and make it even a little bit lighter white in your collar. Iron, iron, iron,
Iron, Iron
iron,
City,
iron. I have
Iron.
low blood iron. Yellow, yeller, yellow. Now I say yellow, not yellow.
We say yellow.
I do say yellow, mellow yellow. And a lot of my language is just memorization. Yeah, like jello, yellow. Yeah, it's more of an O than a W. Uh-huh. And that's the way I spell. If I spell something right, I've memorized it. Just saying. Now I've lightened that yellow into a nice lighter yellow, and it's nice and light. So that'll come in handy when I start my butterfly again. And this green will look good in the middle of it. So now I bought some wool at Hobby Lobby, and it's called Artista wool, and it looks like this, and it's every which way. It's not all one direction,
Mm,
and
mm-hmm.
it's a different type of wool, and it's a cheaper wool. And that's why
Mm,
Hobby Lobby has it because they can sell, this a little cheaper than the Merino wool when I order it online.
yeah.
And you can get these in color packets um, at Hobby Lobby, and you can get some needles and the sponge, and you can get the finger cots. And yarn does not work. It has to be 80% wool. Hi, Pam. It has to be 80% wool for it to felt. I have used different fibers and you try them. But a man-made yarn is slick. A wool is a fur, is a type of hair, and it has sheath on it going in both directions. The sheath on the fur, it, it's a roughness, and it's how the hair grows. And your barbed needles snag on those to turn it into a felting item. And you can use a needle, and you can also do friction with your hands and do wet felting. There's lots and lots of videos on it
Uh,
on YouTube.
Ooh.
Teresa got a bite on her wrist. How wonderful. Okay. Uh,
Mm,
um, yeah, yeah. We work on so many different arts and crafts. we never get done with just one of them. And if you go back to 2021, I did felting the whole month of 2021, and there's felt in the title. And you will see all of my felting videos. And and I tried to teach everything I know about felting in my videos. I didn't hold back on anything. If you had a question, I tried to answer everything about it. The needles, you've got lots of different kind of needles. And I did show that Tuesday night. I showed my needles and my cases and the different needle holders. I've got needles that hold 3 needles at a time, and I've got one that holds 8 needles at a time, and different type of tools that you use for felting.
When the heck do you use the 8-needle one? Holy cow, girl!
Yeah.
What do
Well,
you
those
needle
are for
over
if
there?
you're doing big murals. Like, did you see my red fox?
Oh yeah.
I would use it on that, on the white around the edge. When I put
Uh,
that frame around it, I could use the 8 one and really do it at a long, and but one of the things is it's an enjoyable craft, and I don't mind sitting here doing this 100 million times. And one of
mhm.
the things on this butterfly that I don't like is I'm using a large needle. And
Yeah,
I think
I've got about 4 out here right now.
and if I had used a smaller needle on this, the holes wouldn't be so big and horsey.
Becca,
But
they want to know where you got that thingy.
my
What
thingy,
thing?
what
Yeah,
thing?
because no, Becca's got a thingy that they want.
What thingy do y'all want?
You're talking about the handle?
Which hand? Yeah, maybe one.
You're talking
Is it the
about
hook or the handle?
the needle holder? Yes, I showed that Tuesday night too. And I've got holders uh, for small, medium, and large. This one's a large, and this one's a medium holder. And then and then Teresa bought me this one that holds 8 needles. And I've got 7 in there right
Yeah,
now.
I've got this one holds 3. I've got one of those.
And this one holds 3.
Well, I
Here's
don't
my
think mine holds 8
small.
though. Holy
Here's
cow!
my small needle. And these work. You can buy these.
This one?
Um, they have like this little wedgie. It's not a cork. It's a piece of wood right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull it out, and there's a small end of it that goes in here, and it holds your needle in place with that little slot. The needle goes in that slot. When you're not using the needle, it goes inside, and you put this little corky thing back in, which is a piece of wood, and then it stores your needle without breaking the tip of it, and it's safe. See, my tip is down in the handle now. So that's how I would store this needle. But then when I want to use it, I take it out and turn the needle around in the slot and push it all the way up to the wedgie. You push it back down into your handle as tight as you can, and now it's a tool. And that's what I'm supposed to be felting with. I'm supposed to be felting with that. Or this one. This one's got 3 needles in it. And I have a case that goes over top of it that I just don't see at the moment. But your needles, you buy your needles small. I've got extra small, small, medium, and large. When you are starting out working on a piece, you start out with the large needle.
And then by different brads too. Did you explain the different brads too? How they grab it, the star ones and the
Yeah, yeah.
Did you
These are
talk
these
about
are just
that?
small, medium, and
Yeah.
large, regular barbed needles. And then I have another set of needles that are. I've got one that's round and it spirals, on the needle part. It has a spiral end. I've got one that's like a triangle. A lot of them are like triangles, and they have these little notches on the tip of them. That's a barb. It's a snag, and that's what snags fur, your wool down into the project. And if you turn the piece over, you can see those little tufts that snagged down. I've got some that are barbed in two directions, and they snag down and they snag up. They snag both ways. I've got there's different. There's a square one, and there's a triangle one, and there's a round one, and there's different type of barbed needles, and then they come in sizes as well. Um, so this is just some of my needles in here.
Where'd Teresa go? We
She
lost
went
her.
to get something to eat.
Mm.
She had to go eat. But that's just an example. And then I have another needle thing that's got 7 needles on it, and it has a protector case. So when you snag, you go down, you snag down, and then when you come back up, the spring releases and protects the needles from you hitting it and from hitting the needles and breaking them as well. But you have to get a rhythm when you start poking. It's not you will get the idea of it when you start using these, and you slowly do it to get the feel of it. And you have to do it in a straight up and down motion, or you will break your needles. These are the finger cots. You can get them in rubber or leather. I recommend the leather ones over the rubber ones. I've got both. Here's another neat. This is from. I think Colleen bought me one of these. I got Colleen's name on this one. She bought me a little wooden one as a gift. And then I got this from Sharon Lombard. She sent me the comb. Sometimes when you do hair or you do a person, you might need to comb your wool, and this is a little comb to do that with. If you want
Sharon Lombard is great, guys.
Oh, go to
Great.
her Facebook.
Mm.
Go to her Facebook page and click on her photos. Is all I gotta say with her.
She has sent me some eyes, and she does a really
Where I got
nice.
my nose from the other
I mean,
day.
I felt a little bit tighter than Beth, but Sharon Lombard, man, her stuff is my best one.
She uses those small needles.
This one right here. This is my best one. It is so. I mean, look, I can barely squeeze that.
Yeah, it's
This
tight.
is my best one that I did a really good job on this.
You
But
finish off with those small needles, it really makes a difference.
It does. You're right, Beth. You're right on that. Just to
And,
finishing it. And
I'm just I'm an amateur. I'm a self-taught. I learned by watching on the internet.
And I learned by watching Beth.
And I try to teach everything I know. And here's the rest of my needle threaders. Cheryl, she says, I can send you a needle threader. I bought some. I've got some extra ones in here. And so this is just a few of my favorite toys. Oh, you'll need some wax paper. Okay. I've got wax paper in here. And so here are some of the other tools. These are tools. These are clay tools. But sometimes you need a pokey tool for an eye. If you need to make an eye or something, you might need something like that to make an eye, and then you can push the eye down inside the wool. But I think these are clay tools. I think that's used for clay. It's a little loop. But these little tiny tools I keep in this little toolbox to keep them safe.
I cannot believe how much wool I have, guys. Look at all this. It's like I've got all this wool laying around me, and I got tons behind me.
Yeah.
Don't overbuy wool, guys. I'm going to tell you this. Let me tell you this. You buy wool like this a lot of times, you'll find it and you'll be like, oh, that's not enough. I'm going to go buy the big. No, don't. Stick and get this much wool. It goes so far, guys. Like
You
there's
can get a
places where you
bag
can
of
buy like
those
a kit
for $20 and you get every
and you'll
color
get
in the
the
rainbow.
rainbow. Yep. And they will last you as long as you're not overusing your wool,
I
which you need to
highly
learn to use.
recommend you do that for beginners.
Yeah.
And um, when you become obsessed with it, like me, and and um, and all I do is play. All I do is play. I keep this little cupcake holder full of my rainbow, and these are all of the colors that I have on the wall. And on the back of my door, I'll show it to you. I have a shoe rack on the back of my door that's clear. You're gonna love it. You're gonna say, "Wow, look at this!" On the back of my door, I have the rest of my wool kind of color coded, and I've got plenty of wool that will last me for a long time. Right there is the clear shoe bag. Let me move my monitor out of the way. You can see the right there. That's my wool that's on the back of my door. And I started off with rainbow with red, orange, yellow, green, blues, and so forth. And then over here on the right side, I started off with gray and white and black, and then I've got more green and more red and more blue. So, you know, and then I take a lot of that and put a little bit in here in my cupcake holder, so that I can put this on my desk. I'm making you dizzy. I'm sorry. And this is I can bring this to my table, and I can play on my desk. So that's what
I
that's
put
all about.
mine in these.
And she's got hers in her little
I mean,
boxes.
this is just this, and then I have one of the big cases that hold, and then I have the one of these. So I have it in there, and
That's
then I also have a tote that goes into.
now also I have one of those fruit three-tiered that holds your fruit in your kitchen,
Yeah.
those metal things, and I had all my yarn in it for a long time, and um and it was easy to get my wool from, and then I
Mhm.
graduated to the back of the door.
Yeah. I like how you pull your pieces apart so that I don't have, like that's a lot of wool. If I would have, just taken a piece, I wouldn't have this all pulled out and I could have, you know, now
Yeah,
it's just now I have to figure out how to get it back in there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you probably should have one box that has a multicolor, little tiny samples of everything. That might help too.
Oh, well, I have this box here that I keep all my little extra pieces in that has all my little
Yeah,
colors.
but it's just how you want to, how you want to how you want to do it. You
Yeah. Oh
do
yeah.
you design? No, I do not design. I usually go with a picture, Jassy. I find a picture on the internet. That one was messaged to me by Teresa. She
I
found she found that butterfly and she sent it to me, and I said, "Okay, we'll paint it. Okay, we'll felt it. Okay, we'll do something paper piece it."
I
And
designed this.
that's how I do. That's how I do it.
Beth was painting this, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to paint that night, so I felted it. And then I had to use
So
it for something, so I made it into a cape for Princess Leia.
and she's got hair like Princess Leia too.
Uh-huh.
Show
Uh-huh.
them her hair. Yeah, she's got little buns.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't.
I designed this here.
I
I made
I
this.
I rarely paint without some kind of a picture to go by. I can do anything with a picture in front of me. So I just Google something. I Google trees. I Google flowers. I Google whatever subject, I want to Google. And I say, okay, girls, find me something to paint tonight. And I let them send me a picture and I paint what they suggest. I try to make it uh, I try to keep multi people involved. It's not it's not just about me, it's about all of us. And a lot of the stuff I do for others. Somebody wants to know how to do something and I know how to do it, and that's how I do things. And that's how I've learned. And if you don't know how to paint, Becca didn't know how to paint when she first met me. She said she never painted before in her life.
No. Well, I mean,
I
it's
did, when I first I hadn't painted in my life when I started streaming. I learned from Dee Dee and Barbara Owen, Cat Hand. I learned how to cut, glue, paste, paint, and all that jazz from all of them. Felting I learned on my own, and then of course painting techniques I've learned on my own, and I still watch other people do it and learn. And that's how I've learned to blend. It is, Jassy. It's all about all of you guys. It's all of us.
not me. I'm too selfish. It's all about me.
Okay. All right, Angela, since you ask, since Angela asked, I I I I rarely say no. I rarely say no, guys. So, what I can do is I will get an envelope.
You like that? Yeah, we're pretty.
I will get an envelope and I will put in a needle and some wool in this envelope. Angela would like to have some wool and a needle. Who else needs a needle? Then you have to find your own sponge. You can get an old pillow and buy this felt from Walmart. This cheap felt, and I cut them in half and use them, or use the whole sheet, whatever you want to do, and lay it on your pillow, your sponge, so that you'll have something to sponge into. It's only to prevent your needle from breaking. Candy said she's got some that she can send. I've got plenty. I got plenty to share. I will be glad to give you a needle and a starter kit. And then all you need is a sponge of some sort. And then
I would send it, but you won't get it till next year.
yeah, Becca is mailing out. I mail out every week. I
Well,
try
good,
to mail.
Jasmine. That's why I'm here.
No, Angela, I'm serious. I would be honored to share my wool with you. You saw how much I have, and I won't send a whole lot. I'll send you just a starter kit. But Angela, I would love to send you a starter kit.
If
Would
you
you
want
like,
to, for sure. I mean, yeah.
Jassy? Do you want a starter kit?
I got the mail. Oh, I
Just
got something here from Beth.
did you see where I did the ornaments?
Thank
Where's
you.
my bear? Here's my this was a cookie cutter of a pumpkin. And
Oh yeah, Beth's pumpkins are so cute.
I
Your
love
your 3D ones are adorable.
and did I tell you I started a new fall book today, Becca? Look at my new fall
Yeah, I
book.
think I seen it when we first came on. You were going
So,
through. Yeah,
so we're going to be doing fall pages. And this
nice.
was Happy Mail. Somebody sent me the napkin just recently.
Well,
Jassy
nice.
wants to try it. Okay.
Oh, cool. Good. Guys, seriously, I really would, but I am
No,
so
no,
bad at
no,
mail.
no. I've
Look at
got plenty.
Beth's like, no, don't expect.
I've got
I,
plenty.
I love you, Beth. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Everyone's. You're always
I,
so.
I would. It will be one needle, and I'll give you a little variety of some colors. And
Really?
then all you need is a cookie cutter to start off with. Did you all
Oh,
see the bear that I did Tuesday night? Where's Fozzie? I laid him over here for his nose to dry. Where did he go? I've got lots of ornaments.
I made this while we were
Here
playing
he
last
is.
night,
Here he is. I had to glue his nose back on. So we did the bear the other night,
and I
Tuesday
love
night,
the wheels.
and I had a cookie cutter. And we did his hat and his bow tie, and I cut the bow tie. Kellyanne said, I bought a kit of collars of wools. What can I find? I can't find is the off-white wool. Okay, okay, which is the innards. And you see, if you uh,
What about
core
uh
wool,
Epsy? Epsy is where I have found the core wool for a
yeah.
decent price.
Um,
Oh, look at Sharon said Kellyanne try Living Felt. Oh, yeah. They're right down the street from me. I can go visit them.
are they really?
Living Felt.
They give they used to strim on Wednesdays, and they used to give away kits.
Yeah.
I think Sharon won one of their kits one time.
Yeah.
And Kellyanne, I don't know how much you're going to get into with your wools, but will you let me mail you some of this core wool? Sharon set me up with some core wool, and she says, I don't like it. You can have it. She sent me a big box of it. Yeah, everybody has. It's called core wool, Core, and it's not combed in one direction. You
Mm-hmm.
see, it's kind of, and that's why it's good for innards. And I can send you some, Kellyanne. Yes, very good. Okay, now who else needs a needle and a starter kit? Who else needs a needle and a starter kit? And I will start you up because that's just what we do around here. We give out Happy Meal, and it's we don't have to. We want to. And I would like to send Angela some. I'm going to go ahead and send her some. Cheryl needs a little bit of wool. Okay, Cheryl, I will be most happy to do that. And and I know that if you know if 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 Cheryl was into this art like I am, she would want to buy her own wool, but she just needs a little bit, and it's silly to do that if I can share. And she has the needle. Okay. And Angela, I would be more than happy to. I'm just going to go ahead and send Angela a little starter kit. I am blessed. I am. And I'm going to send some core wool to Angela. And while we're here, let me go ahead. Let me get Angela's envelope. This is how I remember to do it because if I don't, I wouldn't remember. But I'm going to do that, and then all you have to worry about is some kind of a sponge, and you can get a kitchen sponge that's spongy. Um, you cannot you cannot use this type of sponge. That's why this is in here. This type of sponge is hard, and your needle will break. This is not the sponge to use. You need a soft sponge, like those sponges that they're soft on one side and then they have the scraper on the other side or the scratchy. That's quite all right, Angela, honey. You stick with us and you'll be just fine. There will be times when that you're going to be able to help and do things for us. for me. I know you're going to help me with one of the swaps.
I got this on Shein for $3, guys,
There you go.
and it worked
Sheen.
really good today.
It's a felting cushion. You can use an old cushion.
Now this is what I used to use, and this is from the trash from, like I said, my friend from Walmart got it at Walmart. I think it came on TVs or something, and I just had a piece of felt over top it, and as you can see on the top, but that's what I was using before I got that recently. So you can use any type of foam that has give and doesn't break apart. Don't use styrofoam. Wrong kind of foam. Oh, Cheryl says, can you send her a starter kit? She
Yes.
must not have a.
Yeah, I told her I would.
This is like trying to.
I have this big old vase that I got at the Goodwill, and it's a vase that you would put. It's not a fish bowl, but it's a vase that you would put plants in and sit like in the door entrance or something. And I have all my things that I've made in it. And
Oh, I was like, what is that stuff?
so I sit it on the shelf over here, and I can see all the little things that I've made. And and it looks pretty in my art room. And but this is a sponge. I don't know what it came in, but it's soft enough that my needle will go in and out real easy. It has to go in and out real easy. And these sponges tear. They will tear up. So you need to put a piece of Walmart felt, like this felt, on top of it, or something like what BECCA has, that gray fabric on top of her sponge. And
no, that used to be white.
Yep.
It used to be a piece of white felt.
All this does is protect you from hitting your needle onto the table and breaking your needle. That's the only reason why you need the sponge. You can also make a rice bag and use burlap. There's lots of different ways to make a base.
They also sell a it looks like a scrubber brush.
Yes.
And I have one. I don't know where it's at though. So I would imagine if you had a brush, you could try that too. I mean, I can't see why not.
Now I did this with Aunt Beck for Aunt Beck. This was a little bird. Oh, it still is a little bird. And she had this character that she was reading a story about this bird. And I forget the name of the bird. And I made the bird a red cape and red shoes. And she told a story a year or so ago about this bird, and it had a name and everything. And he's a little tattered, where he's been in the jar, but I made him.
He's so cute.
And I made a cow. Here's my cow. And the core wool that I was talking about is the wool that you would put on the inside of a project because it's cheaper. And then you would save your pretty wool for the outside. So that was the whole objective with the core wool. It goes in the middle of your projects. Here's a horse. This is what you use the core wool for, and you use these Chanel wires to make the base, and then two short ones to twist and tie to make the legs. Well, they're two long ones. You fold it in half, twist it, and then you make the legs and separate the legs, and then you wrap the core wool around they're called appendage wires.
Hold it down a little bit. We always see is the leg. We don't. There you go. There you go.
And then after you get your horse formed, then you would wrap it with the pretty yarn, and start wrapping that on the outside. And you would save money by doing this because this is expensive. So if you're going to be doing this long term, you might want to invest in some core wool, okay? And it would save you from using all of your colored wool up. Now, when you're doing an ornament, a cookie cutter, oh, I found some more needles. Looky there. Just what I needed. Uh, uh, can you use a picture on copy paper? I've never tried that, Jassy. Um, I would look at a picture and then I would do it. I would, when I do an ornament, and I've got lots of ornaments in here. This is a seahorse.
I drew this on here with pencil because you're not, once you get the,
Yeah,
with, for
yeah.
the, I knew you
Stitch it
wouldn't see
out a
the,
little bit on your
Mhm.
on your base and then
Yeah.
do it. That would be fine.
Mhm.
Um, here's an owl that I did. I'm not finished with him, but he started. I made a rainbow snowman. I don't know what he is. I was making
Angela.
another little girl. It was a rainbow girl, and I made her arms, and I was trying to. You might have to sew her arms on. They're just sitting there, and then I've got her collar. I've got her turtleneck on, and then I have to put her hair on yet. Started a little girl. Here's a little girl, and she's got a bun. So I put her hair on, and I used that little comb, and then I rolled her hair up and made her a little bun. And you can see, and it's just, oh, there goes Becca. Then you can see how I wrapped this wool around her to make her dress. But you can do all kinds of things. Here's one that's all green, and it's the start of a little girl. And here are some more cookie cutters. Here's a pumpkin. And you don't have to have a cookie cutter to do a pumpkin. You could do that by hand. This was a leaf. It kind of looks like an acorn that's in progress. This is a bell with the little bell right there. It's a bell. And there's a way to turn it, and it looks like a cat. I think this is the cat ears and the cat nose and the cat's front feet without the tail. I can't remember. I was doing something crazy with that. Here is a little heart. And this was made out of yarn, and it didn't snag very good, but I tried it with the yarn. And it depends, you just have to test your yarn. It doesn't do a pretty job like it does with the merino wool. The merino wool is the best wools. And this is a little girl. Here's another pumpkin that I did. I do a lot of pumpkins, and this one's a short, fat one. And I've made some real pretty pumpkins and made some big, big round ones, and they're in my Halloween or my fall decorations in the other room. This is a tulip, and all it needs is some beads to decorate with beads. That's what I would do with that. This is the turkey, a different turkey. It's a turkey. It's a different cookie cutter though. But there's the turkey, and it's done with a two-tone collar. I made stockings, made those by hand. I didn't need a cookie cutter for a stocking. So you just start making, all kinds of things. Hi, Kyle. But I'm going to quit because I'm getting tired. This is supposed to be a Christmas ornament, and this is supposed to be holly, and I didn't do a very good job on it. I was trying to do something with it, and it's hard to make a ball. It's very hard. It's squishy, and I've got the white in the middle, and it's still squishy. But the more you poke at it, the shrink it shrinks. The more you keep poking, the smaller the ball gets, and then it becomes dense. So anyway, we'll do some more felting. I can try to do. Uh, Here's a heart. I can do like an ornament every night. If we do an ornament every night, by Kellyanne, I'm quitting. I'm getting ready to quit. But you can do a lot of things, without a pattern. But you find something easy to start with, and then do it. You can even make your own dryer balls. Dryer balls. And I make those with core wool. And then I have this uh, fuzzy yarn that I wrap around the outside. But the dryer balls, um, wool is a very thirsty fiber. It's very, very thirsty. It will absorb water. So the reason why these are good in the dryer is they soak up extra water. So therefore they're energy efficient because they help you dry your clothes drier faster. And at the same time, if you use essential oils on this, it will make your clothes smell good. You could also put fabric softener on these and throw them into your dryer. And if you they usually recommend about 3 at a time. This is what the dryer ball looks at like from Walmart when you buy it from Walmart. And I've never cut it open to see what's inside, but I'm pretty sure it's felted, it's wool. And then this is one that I've made, and they look just as good. They're just different sizes. Here's the cat. The other one was a bell, and this one is a cat, a kitty cat, a yellow cat. And then I've got some crosses. And then here's another start of another owl. And look at his feet. Have you ever seen a baby owl? Their feet are humongous. Their feet are adult feet on a baby owl. They just haven't grown into their feet yet. I had some real cute ones, and I've already given them away. And that's one of my problems is I make things and then I give them away. But cookie cutters are your friends. You can make things like there's a heart and you put a pin on the back of it, you can wear that. Here's the start of a little sheep, and I use the core wool on it. And then if I want to turn this into a dog or a sheep, I would use the collar on the outside. And I have some locks, which is curly wool that has never been washed or combed. It's been washed but not combed, and the locks are real curls from the sheep. And you put this on the outside of this little sheep, and it looks darling. But anyway, that's all I'm going to show you tonight. That's all I got.
That all you got?
Yes, it was a snow owl, Jesse. Some of them were snow owls. So I will send those starter kits out in tomorrow's mail because Joe's got some things that he needs to go to the post office for. So we'll do that. We will do that. And I'm leaving Fozzie out because I think he's cute. But we'll do some more pumpkins, and this is either a pumpkin or an apple. This one looks like a pumpkin or an apple, cookie cutter. So lots of fun things to do with. So yeah, there we go. So guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I will be back Saturday night, and um, maybe we'll paint that butterfly. Maybe we'll paint it Saturday. That would be good. And so, but that I'm going to start my butterfly over tomorrow. I'm not happy with what I did. I'm just not real pleased with that. Uh, no, I'm not pleased with that at all. But you know, that's okay. We'll get it started again. So if you guys need anything or want anything, let me know, and I will be glad to help you out. If anybody wants a starter kit, let me know. Just message me. And I've got some extra needles to give away. So we had a lot of fun tonight, didn't we, Christy? Now Christy used to come in my room a long time ago, and she's back. Christy's back. These are triangle ones. These are, and they're different sizes. You can stack them, and you can see the different sizes, and that's how you line them up on your sponge. You line them up with the little ones first, so that you know that's a small. That's a small, and that one's a medium, and then this one's a large. So what you do is you keep them separate on your sponge. So, and if you have a bigger sponge, you've got room to, or you've got an extra sponge to put your needles in while you're working. But these are the small ones, and that way, whenever I'm working on a wing, I can choose whether I want a big one or a little one. And these big ones is what I've been using on these, and they're too horsey. So I'm going to try using the smaller needle tomorrow. You figured out how to simulcast? Okay. Well, you'll have to tell me about uh, crystal geodes. They do like crystal geodes. Tracy, you'll have to tell me how to do a simulcast. I have no idea what that means, but I think is that a pre-recorded? You are on my channel now. Oh my gosh, good, Teresa. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I see the techie part. I don't want to do that. I just want to do the art. I'll let Teresa do all my techie stuff. Christy's still looking for her laptop. Oh dear honey, please find it. Ask the Lord to help you find it, and He'll put it right in front of you. I swear it. I swear He will. He will.
Or by your feet, you'll trip over it.
Yeah, or you'll trip over it. You were watching, Marty was watching from Teresa's channel? Cool, Marty. Well, you guys are going to have to teach me all about that kind of stuff. I have no clue. I did some videos for Tanya, and I did them in Yardstream, and she's the one who got Yardstream first. She was one of the first people that I knew that got it, and I bought Yardstream because she got it, and that she was using it to stream by. Well, now she don't hardly use it anymore, and she uses Facebook, and so I'm trying. I streamed her some videos, and I don't know how to get them to her. So here's two little hearts on the end of a string, and that's cute to put on a paper clip to put in your journal. They're small enough to go in a journal. Lots of things you can do with your wool, girls. So anyway, there's Fozzie. We could put these hearts around his neck. He's got a scarf on. We can dress him up. Look at that, like a paper doll. Like a paper doll. So anyway, that's all we'll do tonight, guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I love y'all. Message me. Talk to me. I'll see you later. Good night.